Alright, so today I'm back with yet another chapter review, and today we will go over chapter 245, which is insane, so be sure to stick till the end, because you don't want to miss it. Anyway, my name is Natsu, I'm gonna stop talking, and let's get right into the chapter. However, before that please double check if you are subscribed to the channel, as you don't want to miss my chapter reviews. And while you're already down there, you can always leave a like and a comment. And with that out of the way, let's finally get into it. So the 245 chapter begins in the Manshine City versus Ubers match, with the current scores being 1 to Manshine City and 2 to the Ubers. Agi is up in the air as he's just gotten the ball passed to him. Chris on the sideline screams at him to pass to Nagi, which makes Agi a bit annoyed, but he still does as Chris says and sends it over to the genius, who actually traps it flawlessly, which is one of my favorite things about Nagi, his incredible traps. Anyway, Nico and Aryu are standing before him, and Aryu says to activate the anti-genius defense. However, Nagi tells them to just try and stop him, and does as he said, as he got over them pretty easily by kicking the ball over. But just as he's gotten past them, and the ball is still in the air, Lorenzo comes by, really embracing his zombie persona. Lorenzo, with his tongue sticking out, says that it's too bad as he isn't the only one who's special. But just then, behind Nagi comes Ryo running. Ryo screams at Nagi, who is getting hesitant by Lorenzo. He tells Nagi to just shoot the ball and to not hesitate, and that the only thing that he needs to be focusing on is the goal. And with Ryo's encouraging words, Nagi decides to trust him, and he shoots the ball, only for it to get blocked by Aiku's face. Aiku, just seconds after getting hit by the ball, says that Nagi was too slow. He asks if this really is all Nagi's got, and wonders what happened to all that passion he showed when he faced Isagi. And Lorenzo, once again comparing everything to money, says that Aiku's block was definitely worth 80 million. Anyway, the ball is soaring in the sky from Aiku's block, and you might wonder who the lucky player that catches the ball will be. Well, you don't have to wait any longer, as it's Barou, who is looking more feared than ever, as he takes the ball and tells everyone to move, and that the last goal is his. He gets behind 2 of the Manshine City players, like it's kindergarten football, and then makes his tyrant charge to link up with Nico and get behind Ryo. After that, he's all alone with the goalkeeper, and says that he's about to finish this match once and for all. So he shoots the ball. However, someone comes between the goal, and who else in the world could it be, if not the pink jaguar, the child prodigy, the goat, the player who deserves to be number 1, and lastly the princess, and who else could it be that I'm talking about, if not Chigiri Hayoma, who comes and effortlessly gets the ball away from the goal. And look, before we go any further, can we talk about how crazy this panel is? If you take away Barou at the top, then we have just pure perfection. And on top of that, Chigiri even turns into a cat as he meows. However, in the end, it was all for nothing as the ball fell to Sendou, who even though he's got 2 Manshine City players on his tail managed to get away a shot that went into the goal. And with that, the Ubers players started to celebrate with each other as they have just won the game and defeated Manshine City with ease. Nagi is on the field taking a breather as Agi walks up to Ryo. He tells Ryo that as things stand, the 2 of them won't be able to level up anymore, saying that the next match is Ryo's last chance before both of them become insignificant randoms, and Agi even goes as far to tell Ryo straight up to break their partnership. But Ryo is having none of that, as he looks back and tells him to shut up and leave Ryo alone. But Agi really wants the best for them, so he doesn't stop, as he tells Ryo that they are too codependent, and that if he genuinely wishes to become stronger and to grow and evolve into a world-class player, then sometimes it's necessary to have the guts to cast aside those precious to you. However, we don't see what Ryo says back as we get right to Nagi and Barou. Nagi asks Barou what his goal is, and what it is that drives Barou to play football so intensely while having his notebook out ready to learn. Barou is confused for a second, saying that it's pretty obvious, and that it's to become the best player in the world, of course. But Nagi isn't quite satisfied yet, as he asks Barou what happens after he's accomplished it. Barou then calls out his inner lion, and confidently says that he will define an era of football as its king, and that he won't stop there, but also destroy all those who dare challenge him for the throne. After that, Nagi finally understands that everything that Barou thinks about is becoming the king of the footballing world. But now it's Barou's turn with the questions, as he asks Nagi what's up with his half-assed and weak-willed questions all of a sudden. And if that wasn't bad enough already, then he also says that Nagi isn't even annoying in the slightest, and asks what is up with that, which puts a crushed facial expression on Nagi's face. Barou continuing says that it's like Nagi's hunger to become stronger is gone, and that Barou can't even feel his usual pain-in-the-ass competitive fervor anymore, and that all he sees right now is a loser pretending to fight because he's lost his edge, looking Nagi in the eyes, and tells him to go hit rock bottom, despair, and then die, unless Nagi actually plans to do something serious with his soul-searching ego, he won't stand a chance on the world stage. After that, we leave the game and go into another game, which is the game between PXG and Fc Barcha, which has just finished, with SHIDOU scoring the final goal and giving the win to PXG with a close 3-2 win. We then get into the German Stratum monitor room, where we see the bastard Munchen players glued to the screen, and everyone is as ecstatic as the other one by SHIDOU's header. Hiyori says that even though Lavinho came on and together with Otoya and Bachira helped Barcha draw level, but in the end, it seems like it wasn't good enough as we saw SHIDOU's finishing goal. Isagi also notes that because PXG won this match then, it means that bastard Munchen and PXG are the only undefeated teams left, which means that the match against PXG is an all-out battle to determine the champion of the Neo Egoist League. SHIDOU jumps up in the air and makes his victory pose, while of course having his tongue out. And Isagi is looking at him with flames in his eyes as he says that the stage is set for the best of the best. The text at the bottom says, SHIDOU's acrobatic header helps PXG get a win against the Spanish giants, Barca. As the showdown between the two undefeated teams draws even closer, the egoist's blood begins to boil in anticipation. And quickly, I really don't know if FC Barcha can be called Spanish giants anymore, as they have lost every game. Anyway, the next chapter is going to be called Anomaly and Abnormal, which sounds like it could be about something interesting. Do I have a clue as to what that could be? Absolutely not, so we will just have to wait and see, I guess. Alright, so let's talk about this crazy chapter. Let's begin by talking about how big of a fluke Nagi is having at the moment. Like, even though he's able to do all of the cool traps, and even dribble away the Ubers player with ease, it all comes crashing down when he's about to shoot. I don't know if it's a lack of confidence he's having, or if he's just out of a goal. As we know, he doesn't have a goal since he won against Isagi, and even asked Rin and now Barou about it. But he's got to figure something out soon, as even Barou was disappointed by him, saying that he's not even annoying in the slightest isn't what you want to hear from a rival. However, I think that Barou said it really well when he said that Nagi's hunger is gone, as it feels like that's his problem. But he isn't the only one having problems, because if Nagi is having trouble, then Rio is also having trouble, which we saw when Aji even came forward and told him that it might be smart to think about himself soon. Also on the topic of Agi, I want to talk about him. I find it extremely hard to understand what his purpose as a character is, as he isn't a new Gen 11, but he's still getting more screen time than regular Manshine City players. He is a character that pops up here and there, but without a purpose really. He is always trying to tell either Rio or Nagi to stop working together, as he is thinking and actually caring about them, and doesn't want to see both of them fall to the bottom. But yeah, we will see if he gets a bigger role later on, or if he will just be forgotten. Anyway, on to the GOAT himself, Chigiri, who seems to be having to do everything for Manshine City at the moment. He's scoring, and even on the defense line defending from the likes of Barou. I really don't understand why Chris Prince doesn't start to try and build a new team, but this time focused more around Chigiri, as it seems like he's the current best player on that team. And trust me, I wouldn't complain if Chigiri got more screen time, I really wouldn't. It would also be dope to see a team fully built for him, and to get him to the next level. It might happen in the FC Barcha match, but probably not if we are being honest. Now lastly, let's talk about SHIDOU, who's going absolutely crazy on the pitch. He scored 2 out of the 3 goals against FC Barcha, and they really weren't bad goals either. It seems like he's finally getting his spotlight in the Neo Egoist League, as he was just a bench warmer before. But now he's fully prepared to face off against the other undefeated team, Bastard Munchen, for the last game in the Neo Egoist League, which I'm really looking forward to. Anyway, yeah, this is just my thoughts on it, and please leave your thoughts and theories down in the comments, as I love reading them. If you like Blue Lock and videos like this, then I would highly suggest you subscribe to this channel, and while you are at it, leave a comment and a like, as it helps out with the algorithm a ton. And if you are curious to see another video of mine, then please watch the video which will be popping up on the screen now. Anyway, thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.